Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Aon Explorers, and today, yes, it's been a long time in the making, and I did mention it to someone on the comments a while ago now. For all you petrol heads out there, I believe that's what you call people that like cars and engines and things like that. I've only heard that on the telly, so if I'm wrong I apologise. So today I'm going to take a look at some of the garages where there was around Grimsby. Some of them are still here, well, some of the buildings are anyway. So on that note, let's get on with the video. Okay, so I'm currently stood on Hamilton Street, and if I turn the camera around, there's a garage over there. The name of the street is the name of the place, and that's in there. Okay, now I'm going to go round to another street. Now I know there was a garage on it, but as for the location, it was a bit hard to find, but I think I've got it right. I'm not entirely sure, so let's go to the next location. So I'm currently stood on Ilder Street. Now there was a garage on here called Ilder Street Motors, I believe. Now I'm currently stood on this path. I'll turn this round. This path here, which goes all the way across there to Victor Street. Okay, so I turn round again. The garage, from what I've seen on various pictures and maps and things, is here. Now was that across the road part of it? Don't know. I cannot say 100%, or was it in this area? So if any of you know, it'd be great in the comments, because it's definitely in living memory. I think the picture I've got is from the 60s, or something like that, before all this was knocked down and rebuilt. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we're now coming on to Victoria Street North. Okay, I'll just give you an idea. Down there, that's Lock Hill Roundabout. Burger King exactly on the corner there. Okay, what we've come down here to look at, and this building is still here, which is really good. This is Dyas, D-Y-A-S. If I've said that wrong, I apologise. And they were selling, according to what I can see on the picture I've got in my hand, Ilman Imps and Avengers. Okay, I'm not up on cars, so I guess you people who into this kind of thing know what these cars are or where. So I've come up to Lower Spring Street. Now in this area here, okay, and that building there, this was Dyas's garage. Now, looking at the picture I've got, this area may have been part of it in a petrol station. Somebody might know that, and if you do, put it in the comments below. If I've got it wrong, I apologise. So yeah, this is where it was. And I'll keep the camera facing forward there, but as you can see, it's carpet. So this is where Dyas's was, in here, where the camera's pointing now. And these two windows here coming up, this one there and that one, that's where the two signs were saying Ilman and Avengers. So there he goes. This was a garage way back when. Well, 80s and 70s, I think. I don't know, but you don't know better than I do. I'm not up on cars, like I was saying. So I apologise if I get some of this wrong. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so if I do miss any garages out, or backstreet ones, it'd be really good of you to put them in the comments, and I can actually make another video the same as sort of this one is. So alright, on that I'm going to move on to town. There was a lot of garages in town, and there's one garage I found I couldn't believe what car they were selling. I'll mention it a bit later on, but wow, what a find. Okay, on with the video and a bit further on. Okay, so now coming up to another garage that most of you know. It's not an old one, well, fairly old, Hartwell Fords, and I've just come from, let me turn myself around, here we go. It's come from over the bridge there. I've taken some pictures of it with my new camera, so I might put these on the video. So yeah, let's go and have a look at Hartwell's. Okay, so I'm now stood on Rendell Street. You can probably see that mural behind me there. I'll have a look at that before we do that. There we go. I remember seeing that been done. Okay, so back to the garages. So I'll turn this round, and there it is. That's Hartwell Ford over there. This has been here a while. I know it was here in the 70s, but I'm not exactly sure when it very first started. But it has been here quite a long time. It's okay, on to the next. I've gone off yet again the beaten track. I know this is about garages and things, but I've just come down here to Garth Lane, and some of the progress they're doing to this new, is it youth place or something? So I'm going to take a look. I'm going to put the camera through here. Turn around, you can see it looks like the building in front there has been left, and some of it here has. But if you go on to where the Avon is, or the Freshney, whichever you want to call it, there's a lot of things going on. I'm going to move this around a bit. But as you can see, okay, so I'm now just come off Gate, and we're now in front of this building here. Now this used to be Roland Bellamy's, and they used to sell Jaguars in there. There it is. So we're going to go around the front and have a look. You'll see it's definitely changed what it used to be a car garage. And also in front of it, where the palm trees are down there is some petrol pumps, and it's got a canopy over it. So I'm assuming you could buy your car and fill her up before you went home. But this is it in here. Now, the unique one about this, I think I've done this on a video before, is the ramp at the side. But as you can see, it used to go up there. Okay, so there's this ramp at the side, and I believed it led onto the roof. So as you can see, it's all been changed. There's only a part of it still there through that, I don't know, gate is it? Okay, and next to it, there is a garage there, which is selling cars. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so I'm now stood on Gate. We've come to another garage, which is gone, but the building is still there, which is this one, County Motors. Now, does any of you remember that one? They used to sell Vauxhalls from what I've read, but that was in there. Yeah, I remember it myself walking past. There's some really nice Vauxhalls in there back in the day. Okay, let's move on to the next. I'm still on Gate. Now, I don't know, I'm slightly sort of, I can't say confused, but strangely, they've got Mann Egerton on Gate according to this advert I've got in my hand. Now, I always thought, where I'm going to walk up to now, Mann Egerton was on Wellgate, but obviously not. And okay, a bit more on Mann Egerton now. Okay, it was founded in 1905, and it was around for 119 years, and it basically came defunct in 1986, which is 38 years ago. So that garage has been along for a long time. I remember it was that place. They had a scale electric set up one Saturday afternoon, and it was a friend of my cousin told me about it, so we all went down to have a look, and this scale electric track was massive, you can imagine, in a car showroom, yeah. We stood there for ages watching it, and you know, that Christmas, can I have one? I did get one actually. I had the minis. I had the 2 minis like on the Italian job. I wish I still had it because they're probably worth a bit of money now. Okay, so on to the next garage. Now walking down Wellgate. Now this was the site of Burton's. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around and you can see what's there now. Yes, it's a hotel. There it is. So I'm going to walk a bit further around because the showroom was actually next to where the office part was, and the office part was round about here in this area. And the showroom, so I remember going in here, my dad bought a Volkswagen from here, I can't remember which, it was grey, very dark grey. I remember going to pick it up with him. And the showroom, I'm going to keep walking, was the full length of where this hotel is now. Okay. And I'm going to go down the side here. These also use really big windows. And the garage, or the showroom should I say, ran down here. In the side here, look, it ran all the way down this side. Looking at their advert, you could self-drive a car or hire a car with for £3 a day or £14 a week. God, that is so cheap, isn't it? I don't know what it is now. I'd imagine it's, I don't know, maybe 100 quid or something plus insurance. I'm not really up on that sort of thing, but yeah, that's what it says there, £3 a day or £14 for a week. So I'm now stood off to the side on Doughty Road, which is over there, okay? I've done many a video around here, the last one, the industrial one, if you want to go and have a look at that. Right, so the reason I'm here is because in this car park here, this was another garage. Okay, it's another Bellamy's one, and previous before that there was a drill hole down here. That must have been knocked down and replaced with the garage. And then later on, it's all been knocked down and replaced with a car park. But it's still cars. I will say that. It's kept it going. Yeah, it was a garage that sold cars and now cars parking here. Okay, on to the next. Okay, so I'm now stood on Railway Terrace. I've come down here. Obviously nothing to do with cars. Look, somebody's tried to get in the place. I'll turn this around, look. In there. I'm going to see if I can see inside it. Okay, here we go. I don't know what you can see there, but there's a fence in the way. But I just thought I'd have a look because it's here. I like doing things like this, it's good. Yeah, you can see right in there. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we're now on South St Mary's Gate and we're coming up to yet another place where there was a car garage, which is this one. Okay, this used to be a bank, it used to be TSB if I remember rightly. I'm coming here with my mum, but this was another Roland Bellamy's. Okay, so looking that way there was a window. The door was roughly about where that shutter is. In there it says, it looks like John Bull. So I don't know if he was a racing driver or something to do with Jaguars, I don't know. But it was in here. Okay, this building is still here, which is really good. I'll look at the top there. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. There was another garage where I was just showing the Roland's one, Roland Bellamy's one, and it was called White's of Grimsby, and now it says it's on St Mary's Gate. Well, I'm actually stood on St Mary's Gate and they used to sell Triumphs, but as to the location I'm not entirely sure. So if any of you could help me out on that one, I mean, this is where I am, in this area here. Okay, so where that was I don't know. Well, like I said, they sold Triumph, it says on there, and it was White's of Grimsby Limited, St Mary's Gate, that's all it says, and that's roughly where I've just been, where I'm stood now. Okay, let's move on to the next one. But on Olive Street, now to which side of the road this was on, I'm not 100% sure, but there we are on Olive Street. Now it might have been that it was across the road, that Asda's over there, under there somewhere, or over there. Okay, so the name of the garage is D&J Mooney Limited, and it did sell cars, it says, and driving for petrol at 2D off. Oh, pretty good. Bit of discount going on there. So it looks like you went under, well, through like a tunnel if you like, and through to the other side, probably where fix the cars. But yeah, so that one is D&J Mooney Limited. So if anybody can tell me in this area whereabouts it was, I'll just spin again. Over there there's a machine mart. Now I know there was a pub on the corner there, the Old Millers, and over there Asda's, etc. Currently stood on Aon Avenue, corner of Catherine Street. Another garage called Egerton Motor Company, and I can't, looks like there was Morris Miners in there, looking at the picture I've got. And this is on 166 to 168 Aon Avenue, so I'm going to turn the camera round, and it was in this building here. Okay, and the Morris was parked in there through that window, and the two others, I think that's what they sold. Just filmed that garage across the road there. I just mentioned Egerton Motors, yeah. But I've come across this. Look at this. Look at that. Video World Betamax as well. God. Very early 80s. I had a Beta, then I went on to VHS after that. But yeah, look at that. The sign's still there, so you can imagine what that was, a video shop. Just thought I'd put that on here because I saw the sign. Okay, let's get on with the garages. Okay, so I'm now stood on Enidge Road, and the garage I've come to look at is a Burel and Blackburn. Now they sold Moscoviches. It says here so much more than just a car, a marathon breed. They had saloons, estates, vans and pickups, and it says consultants for early delivery. Yeah, Burel and Blackburn, Enidge Road. Now I think this is the garage. I know there's one further up back of the school there, but if anybody recognises this and knows that this was it, then that'd be fantastic. In there, see, this is another garage, right? So I don't know if it was that one up there or this one, because this looks quite big and stretches into the back. I'll just turn the camera around. See, I'm all right, this is the garage in number plates, doesn't matter. But you can see there, it says car sales and that in there. Now, was this it, or was it the one back there? Bit hard to tell. So if anybody does know which one it is, that'd be really great. Okay, on to the next. Okay. Right, okay, so there's a garage that I want to know where it is, the exact location, and that's Lloyd Cars, where they used to actually manufacture them. Now, I have been down there just now, and it's just, I don't know where to film, to be honest. I know where Patrick Street is, because some of my family lived down there once upon a time, but I just need to know the exact location. Now, is it at the back with that big doctor's place down there, you know, across the road from where the bread factory was? Okay, is it there, across that side? You know what I mean, that complex, I think there's a chemist and all sorts in there. I know it's a medical centre of some kind. I can't remember its name, but anyway, is it in that area? But if anybody does though, please let me know in the comments below and I will go back and film it. Okay, on to the next location. Coming out onto Eleanor Street now. Now this looks a very high-end setup. Okay, it's DH and AH Bloomer, and they specialise in retail of Rolls Royces and Bentleys. Okay, and this is from an advertisement in 1959, and also Riley's as well. And there's another car that I found. They actually sold Aston Martins. So they might have sold the James Bond car back in the day, the DB5. And that was somewhere down this street. Now, I don't know, again, where this was. But there's a lot of new builds down here on the left side and the right side as well. I'm stood on now the corner of Ennis Road and Eleanor Street. Now the school is there right in front of us. We've seen that on many a video that I've done. So it can't be on that side of the road, which is that side of the road there. So logic saying it's maybe up this way, up towards Convermore Road area, which you're going to cover later on. But yeah, you could have gone in there and bought yourself a James Bond car. It's amazing, isn't it? A DB5, most iconic car. It is in Goldfinger. I think probably a lot of you know that anyway. But yeah, that was down here. DH Bloomer. So that was definitely your high-end cars back in the day. Well, they still are, aren't there? I mean, you can still get an Aston, you can still get a Rolls Royce. I don't know about a Riley, but they're still going. Right, so I'm now on Convermore Road, and there was another garage called White Spot Motors. Was in there. It's now obviously still a garage that sells bikes. They do repair cars in there, but yeah, this is where this was, White Spot Motors. Wellington Street, okay. Now down this street there was another garage. Now these are good cars, Jensens. Anybody remember them? Especially the Jensen Interceptor. Well, this has got an advert for the Jensen GT. It says here 0 to 60 in 8.5 seconds. Is that a 5-speed gearbox, wear screen wipers, what's it say, rear door, folding down rear seats, alloy sport wheels, ooh, sport or chrome trim it says. I can't read what the rest of it. Top speed 120 mile an hour, tinted glass, an average mile to the gallon were 25 miles. So there you go. They also had another showroom on Julian Street as well. So this is TV Grey Motors that I'm talking about. And this was, like I said, on Wellington Street and Julian Street. Okay, we've come to the end of another video there. I hope you enjoyed that one. And before I properly come to an end, if any of you do know of any more backstreet garages or anything like that, please put them in the comments below and I can use them on a future video. Okay, so I'd like to thank all my new members to the channel. I really appreciate it, and for all you watching my content, I really appreciate that as well. And on that note, I will see you all next time on the next video. Bye for now.